Service spare parts delivery to the #1 damage section in Zherbai Quarries. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. We are working on a task called the Ruptured Artery, which is part of the KAZ Minerals PLC contract. We are delivering 2 pallets of service spare parts to the #1 damage section, which is a conveyor belt that delivers the silver to the main office. We got to get that repaired. We are driving in our trusty Avenhorn A15, which is probably my favorite truck in the game. I really enjoy driving. There's a few other trucks that are very close second, third, and fourth, but I believe that the Avenhorn is one of the best trucks in this game. I love driving it and it is a joy. Anyhow, we are going to go and try and deliver these 2 pallets of service spare parts. We are at the helicopter landing part in Zherbai Quarries, which is the only map in the Almaty region. And we are up in the top right-hand side, the top east corner. And we got to travel down the side of the map south to a little city, and we're going to go south of the city a little bit further until we get to the silver head office where the damaged section of the pipe is, of the conveyor belt. So in the meantime, we got to try and cross this cross-country terrain to try and get out of the area here so we can get to that little city on the east side of the map. Now, this particular job is not too difficult. It's fairly straightforward. There's a couple of little they're not really problem areas, just more irritating areas, I suppose, just to get in your way. But we're not going to worry too much about it. We're just going to keep on trucking, try not to drive off the little edge here. Try and keep it on the track. And as we're coming around the corner here, there again, like I said, you know, the Avenhorn, there's not a lot that will stop. I don't think there's anything that I've ever seen yet that will stop the Avenhorn, except for maybe really, really deep snow. But we don't have no snow in Zherbai Quarries, so deep mud is probably the worst thing that can happen to them. And I haven't really had a lot of trouble yet. I've had a little bit of trouble with deep water, but this particular job doesn't have any of those problems coming up. It's just a matter of looking at the lay of the land, follow the tracks, and make sure that you try and keep the truck as level as possible. Now, this is one of the reasons why I like the Avenhorn, because it's got a really nice wide stance with the dualies on the back, making it really stable on the road. It's got a nice low center of gravity, it's got power to burn, and it's got lots of fuel with it. So it's a very capable truck, and it's probably the best truck for this job. It's easier to keep it level. And that's about the only thing that we're going to have to worry about. Now, of course, when you're driving on paved roads like we are now, there is really nothing to worry about. I mean, but the thing is, we're coming up to that little city, and just south of the city, which is the direction that we're heading, and the road stops, and it becomes 4-wheel drive territory. And that's where you're going to need a little bit better stability. And that's where you have to kind of try and keep your eye on how level the ground is that you're driving on, which is going to be your main problem of interest. You know, that point of interest. These are the only problems that you're going to come up against, I think, is making sure that your truck stays nice and level. Other than that, I think it's just a matter of driving from point A to point B, and we'll get this damaged section repaired, and after that we'll be heading out to repair the second damaged section, which will finalize the ruptured artery task and put the conveyor belts back into working order. Having another task done. Now this particular task is a 4-parter, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But once this is done, then we're down to, I believe, 2 or 3 jobs left to do at Zherbai Quarries, and we're finished. So we're not very, very far away from finishing the complete map, and then we're going to have to be moving on to the next map, which is always a sad thing because once you've been on a map for so long, you kind of get used to it. You like it. You know the problem areas, and you know the areas where you can go without any trouble whatsoever. However, we got to move out the old, put in the new, and start the new map soon. But we'll have that coming up in a little while. Now, as we come around the corner here, this is the little bridge south of the city that we repaired not that long ago. And now that it's there, we can actually get further south, because before this bridge was repaired, you couldn't go this way. You had to go all the way around to the other side of the map, which was a real pain in the butt. But now we are okay. We're coming around here, and we're getting pretty close to, it's a little bit of four-wheeling area, but we're getting pretty close to heading down. And when we get down to the bottom, there is a road that comes out from a tunnel that you'll be able to see, and that's where we're heading towards. And then when we get back on that road, we'll be a little bit closer, but we're a little ways away from that yet. You just got to follow the track here, and right about, not quite there yet, but you can see a car. I think that's my trusty old Ford Scout sitting up on the road there. And if we would continue to go straight, you'd end up at the Zherbai Quarry. But that's not where we're going. We're trying to repair the conveyor that comes from the Zherbai Quarry to the minerals facility that, I guess, draws the silver out of all the rock quarry. Anyhow, we're going to go down here and continue on our way. And like I said, it's just basically making sure that you're following the track and that you don't drive off the road and flip your truck somewhere. If we can manage, I think the OpenFET can manage to do that, and if we can manage to do that, we're going to be okay. Because like I said, we're not very far away from it. This was just a quick delivery to finalize the first half of the ruptured artery section, because the damaged section, the number 1 damaged section, will be repaired, and then we'll just have to do the number 2 damaged section. As you can see, straight ahead to the left a little bit, you can see that's where the road is, and that's where we got to go. Now you can go to the right, but then you wouldn't end up in the same place, and that's not what we want to do. So we're going to climb up on the side of the road here, and then there's a rock slide covering the road just up ahead, which is that's okay. There's a little bit of a detour that goes around it. We'll just grab that quick detour and get around it. We're almost at the broken down section of pipe, of conveyor belt. Sorry, not pipe, conveyor belt. The damaged section. We're just going to turn the time ahead so that we can see where we're going. Because right over here, it's a little bit deceiving the way the tracks go. You want to turn left to get up out of the little hole here, but you want to go a little bit further straight. Okay, don't turn right here like the OpenFET did, because that just makes your truck tilt even more. I should have gone a little bit straighter, and then I would have had that issue, but not too much of a problem. As we continue on and turn the corner, we will be at the damaged pipe section. Absolutely awesome. Quick little delivery, really enjoyed it. Hope you liked the video. Hope you'll come back and visit with us again when we finish the damaged section number 2. Until then, you've been driving in an Avenhorn A15 repairing a conveyor belt with me, the OpenFET.